What's going on, guys, and welcome to today's video. And I thought today we would do a little bit of post-sand inspection, or whatever the title says here. We're doing a post-dune inspection. And no, nothing underneath the truck. The truck is completely fine. I wanted to kind of check the air filter. That was kind of the main thing today. A really old video of mine, I talked about the factory Airbox letting dirt get pulled past the filter. We kind of didn't really know at the time, is that just the factory filter issue, or is it the Airbox design? So I thought today, after putting the AFE Super Stock kit on that has two new filters and that intake tube, I thought it would be a good time to pull the Airbox and, look for any dirt or dust that has gotten in there. And that'll kind of finally put the debate whether it's an air filter issue or the Airbox issue. So we will pop the hood here shortly and do that, because if you guys saw, we obviously were out playing in the sand. So we should have a lot of opportunity for dust, fine sand, anything like that. If it's gonna get past the filter still, to do that. I'll try to throw a picture up of the original Airbox lid with the dust that has gotten past that filter. I've got a little kind of line drawn in the dust with my finger. So we will do that here shortly, but I wanted to kind of bring something up. I've gotten a whole bunch of comments recently saying, hey, why haven't you posted anything? Or I haven't been getting notifications that you've posted stuff. If you guys are subscribed, I guess make sure you hit the little notification bell. I have never in my whole channel asked for anybody to hit subscribe or anything like that. I hope you guys would do that if the content is what you guys are interested in or like to see. But I guess I'll ask, if you like the content and you routinely watch, I guess go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Hit the bell icon for notifications, because like I said, a whole bunch of people are not getting notifications when I post stuff, I guess. Like I said, I didn't know that was a thing, but I have gotten quite a few comments here recently saying, hey, I'm not getting notified anymore that you're posting. So I don't know, if you like me or you like the content more importantly, I don't know, hit the subscribe, hit the bell icon, hit the like, do all those things that YouTube likes to see people do, so they'll actually maybe push my videos onto people's recommended page. But enough self-advertisement here. Let's get this hood up, let's get the Airbox off and see how much dirt has gotten past this AFE Super Stock filter. Now we are under the hood here of the TRX. Now I already have my nice pretty beauty cover, the big huge plastic engine cover pulled off. I've had that off for a long time. But if you haven't been under that beauty cover, this is your big huge massive Airbox here. And you have like 10 8mm little screws that go all the way around this box. And then honestly, it's easy if you pull this upper clamp and just take the whole lid off, and then you can kind of easily see what you're looking at here. So let me throw you guys on the time lapse. I'll rip this off and we will see what we find. So now that we've got all of those 8mm bolts off, the factory clamp is just going to be a 8mm again right here. This is the AFE Super Stock, so it has a different clamp. It happens to be an 11mm, so your application is obviously going to vary slightly. But once you get that off and all of those, we'll be able to lift the lid and see what we've got here. Okay, so I know I cut the shot, but I had to take the camera off the hood and flip it around, and I couldn't really do that in one shot without having to do weird editing stuff, but I promise I have not doctored this up. Okay, so here is our Airbox lid that we've got upside down, and hopefully I was able to get the pictures from the original, but this thing is like super clean inside. Wow, yeah, you can't even, again, I don't know how well you guys can see. There's a decent, before I could wipe my finger and write my name in the dust. I cannot do that now. This is about as, yeah, there is nothing inside of this Airbox. You can see right where the dirt and dust is getting trapped, hopefully you guys can see, on the outside of that Airbox. But yeah, that is completely clean, dust-free, no sand, no dirt, whatever, like we originally had with that factory airbox. Yeah, that makes me pretty happy, honestly, that we are not sucking dirt in like we were originally. Now, just to prove this truck is playing in the sand, you can see right on the edge, it is absolutely covered in sand. So yes, we have sand coming right up to the filter or the gasket edge, whatever you want to call it, but nothing getting in. Now let's take a quick look under one of these filters, and yeah, we've got sand, of course, and a lot of it. Again, kind of hard to see. Maybe, nope, you guys can see what I'm seeing. We have tons of sand caught in the filter, and if you look in the pleats, those are all bugs. Those look like to be flies that we've been catching while driving down the road. So yeah, I'd say the AFE filters are doing extremely well. I mean, they are, yeah, look at all this sand that they are catching from going into the motor. Now down in the lower airbox, we do have a little bit of sand, which we should. This is the dirty side. This is where all the sand would be coming in the hood scoop and being shoved into the airbox. So yes, we have a bunch, or not a bunch, but we have some loose sand down here in the bottom of the airbox. And again, just absolutely packed with sand, bugs, and dirt, because that is the dirty side of the filter. Now, one thing, if you guys didn't know, the TRX factory airbox has this goofy looking little kind of dirt, sand, water catcher thing. And the corresponding side of it is right here. And it's kind of a pinched closed rubber. Now, water can drain through it, but large dirt debris isn't really going to fall through it. So every now and again, whenever my hood is up, I will reach over and kind of squeeze this thing and let any kind of dirt and dust fall out of that thing. If you guys could see, there was one big leaf or bug that fell out of there. I also will kind of make sure that little sand, dirt, bug trap thing is clean, or, you know, at least, you know, squeeze it a few times on customer vehicles that come in for oil changes or whatever. There's always quite a bit of junk, dirt, and sand that falls out of that thing, just from the design of our TRX hoods, shoveling dirt, dust, bugs into that air filter setup. So what did we quickly find out? That the factory filters let dirt past the airbox. Again, is it the gasket design? Is it the filter media? I really don't know. But now looking at this AFE filter, after beating on the truck pretty hard out in the sand, driving it, I just drove 4 hours to go pick up another Jeep. Yeah, I know. But yeah, it is night and day difference on that upper airbox. Now, is AFE filters the only filter out there? No, there's quite a few brands out there that are making filters. I think there's maybe 2 or 3 now. This is not paid AFE advertisement. I bought that super stock with my own money. I just kind of wanted to show you guys that are maybe out in the dirt and dust a possibly issue that we are having, you know, sucking dirt into these TRX airboxes. So I don't know, maybe take your lid off and see if your factory air filter is sucking dirt, or if it's not. If it's not, then maybe I just had a weird set of filters and that was the whole issue. But I kind of think that they're all pulling a little bit of dirt past versus this AFE that looks extremely dry. So I'm going to throw this back together. One last filter that I'd like to look at is the cabin filter. If you guys didn't know, we have cabin filters. It's a filter that filters the air coming into our HVAC housing behind the dash. The first time I went out into the sand dunes and got stuck, I had doors open and closed multiple times, and yeah, I had a lot of sand in the interior, in the cab, on the dash. It was an absolute mess. It was like hurricane winds. We were having to get in and out. It was not ideal, but when I checked the cabin filter, it was absolutely packed with sand. So what I did this time around playing in the sand, I tried to make sure the recirculation mode was turned on anytime I was running the truck out in the sand. So What that does is close the door that allows fresh air into the HVAC housing, and it only recirculates the cabin air. My thought behind that was hopefully we're going to ingest a little bit less sand, dirt, debris into the HVAC housing, which is obviously a good thing. So doing that, did I fix the sand issue? I don't know. Let's go yank the filter out. Okay, in the passenger side here, and it's gonna be kind of hard to film because it's kind of tight over here, but we've got to lower the airbox, or excuse me, we've got to lower the glove box. Once you lower it, there is a little lanyard on this side that you're going to need to pull towards you and unclip. Once you kind of get down there, you'll see what I am talking about. And then we are going to need to bend the top corners here of that door inward, so we're able to kind of get it flexed around the little stop. So again, it's going to be hard to show. I'll hopefully be able to kind of show you guys once I get this thing out what I'm talking about. Okay. So here is that door. You can see the kind of little stops here on the side that you've got to flex inward. Hopefully you're seeing, and then you're able to drop that door. The other side also has a stop on it that you've got to kind of flex inward there. Okay, now that we've got the door out of the way, we have the cabin filter access door, and that is pretty easy. There's just a couple of little tabs on each side. And I'm doing it with one hand, so it's kind of hard. And then, oh my, yeah, we've got a absolute ton of sand in here again. Now that you've got the door off, we will slide this filter out and see what we've got. So as you guys can see, I kind of went outside. Hopefully the natural light, we can see a little bit better, but in between all of these pleats is a decent amount of sand. Now, is this as much as it was last time? No. Last time it was absolutely packed. Every single pleat was completely full. It was an absolute mess. This is way, way better than it was last time. So using recirculation obviously helps. Let's see if we can knock some of this sand. Oh my, yeah. You can see all of the sand dune sand on the ground now. All right, guys, so what did we learn here today? We learned that the factory air filters, at least in my case, are pulling dirt past the factory airbox lid, which is in turn letting dirt dust into the motor. These AFE filters must have a little bit thicker gasket and are sealing out dirt and dust from getting into the motor. I guess if you didn't know before, now you know how to pull that airbox lid. If you're running factory filters and have played out in the dirt, dust, sand, desert, whatever, go out to your truck, pull the air filters out, and see on the bottom side of that top lid, is there dirt and dust that you can write your name in? If so, that means you're pulling dirt into the truck. Be interesting to see some of you guys comment down below, is yours clean? Is yours dirty? Are you on factory filters, aftermarket filters? What you've got and how much dirt you've got in it. Secondly, cabin air filter on getting sand into the truck. The difference, which I know you guys couldn't see that first time when I got stuck in the sand dunes and it was absolutely packed full, versus this time having it on recirculation mode, it is 99% better. Like I said, originally it was packed. This had just a little bit of sand in it. You guys saw the sand on that cabin air filter door. So if you can remember, when you're gonna go out and play, go fast in the desert, in the sand, in the dirt, make sure you hit that recirculation button on the dash. It's the hard button below the air conditioning button. The recirculation, obviously you guys know what I'm talking about. So guys, we're figuring out these TRXs as we go along and hopefully making them better, last longer, and run better, cleaner, less dirt in the motor. That's always a good thing. So guys, as always, thank you so much for watching, and don't, I guess, forget to hit the subscribe, like, bell thing. Do all that for me once at least, so we'll see if that fixes YouTube not showing you guys my videos. All right, guys, thank you.